oxides. Metal oxides are going to form. Right? So today we are going to continue that part where the some more characteristic properties of metallic oxide. Okay? So characteristic properties of metallic oxide. Some characteristics properties. Properties of metallic oxides. Okay, metals and non-metals, right? So what are these characteristic properties of metallic oxides? We know that when metal is going to react with the oxygen, they are going to form its oxide. So metal oxides are going to form. In that, we come to know that the reactivity series. Some metals are vigorously reactive and some are non-reactive. Non-reactive, especially the metals which are gold, silver, platinum, these metals are non-reactive with respect to the oxygen. They are not reacting with the oxygen. And some of the metals we come across, whereas when the copper is going to react with oxygen, it is going to form its copper oxide, and aluminium oxide, okay, and iron, like ferrous oxide. So like this, we discuss the metals when they are going to react with oxygen, whereas sodium and potassium are highly reactive metals. That's the reason they are vigorously, violently they are going to react with oxygen. Okay, they are going to, when they react with oxygen, they are going to form their oxides. And some more characteristic properties. Then what are these metallic oxides? We come to know that when metal react with oxygen, they are going to form those oxides, metallic oxide. Then what are the nature of oxides of metal? So we are discussing here nature of those metallic oxides or nature of oxides of metals. Okay, so that character is what? Nature of oxides of metal. Nature of oxides of metals. Yes, then what is this? Let us discuss. Metallic oxides being basic in nature. Not almost all metallic oxides, those are basic in nature. Right? So basic in nature, and they treat with acid to form salt and water. So when base is going to react, in the next chapter you will going to discuss more about these acids and bases. So here very small introduction about those acids and bases. Okay. Well, these metals, when they react with oxygen, they are going to form their oxides. When these metallic oxides are formed, they are almost basic in nature. You know that the properties of bases are what? Bitter in taste, and what we can say that they have that OH minus, right? Then again, what are the basics natures? So those are we are going to discuss here, and then also the nature comes, almost all metal oxides are basic in nature. Then when this base is going to react with acid, they are going to form salt and water. Okay, so when let us consider one of the metal. So what is that? When metallic oxide, I am going to consider here metallic oxide, that is magnesium oxide, MgO. What is this MgO? Magnesium oxide. I told you, metal react with oxygen, going to form its oxide. So magnesium oxide. When this magnesium oxide is going to treat with the acid, So I am going to do here, we are going to consider HCl, hydrochloric acid. So this hydrochloric acid, when oxide, magnesium oxide is going to react with the hydrochloric acid, here the salt is going to form what type of salt? Magnesium chloride, MgCl2, right? MgCl2 is salt plus water, H2O. In general form, if you want to write the general formula for this, what you are going to write? The nature, metal oxide. So what is that? Metal oxide. The general formula for this reaction, metal oxide plus acid, which gives salt plus water. So whatever the metal oxides if we consider, when they react with acid, they are going to form the salt and water. Okay. So these are another example for this. Another example let us consider that. So here, okay, is this reaction is balanced? No, because here 2 molecules of chlorine. Here only 1. Then write down here what we have to write? 2. So then it is, now this reaction is balanced. Magnesium oxide plus 2 molecules of hydrochloric acid, which produces MgCl2, magnesium chloride and water. So whenever you are going to write the equation, children, write down below the name of that reaction, compound. Okay, so write down here MgO, magnesium oxide, HCl, hydrochloric acid, MgCl2, magnesium chloride, H2O is water. Okay, then one another example take down the copper oxide, CuO. And remember one more thing I would like to say here. Whenever you are writing the symbol of the element or compound, remember which one you have to. Don't write O as a small, because oxygen, we are taking that oxygen, O must be capital. And here copper, Cu, C must be capital and U must be small. Magnesium, M must be capital, G must be small. Okay. So why we are naming these elements like this, you have already learned. Okay. Then copper oxide plus, here which acid shall we consider? Let us consider sulfuric acid. What is that sulfuric acid formula? H2SO4. H2SO4. Then what is the product is going to form? Same. Here it is forms salt. What is that salt? That is CuSO4, copper sulfate plus water, H2O. So metal oxide, when they react with acid, they are going to form their salt and water. Okay. Then, but here some metal oxides are there, and those are when, even though we know that these metal oxides, when they react with the acid, then only they are going to form their salt plus water. But some metal oxides are there, those are when they react with acid or base, they are going to produce salt and water. Even with acid also they are going to produce salt and water. And with base also, if they react with base, then also the product is salt and water. Then such type of metal oxides we used to say that allotropic. Okay, we used to call that amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxides are the oxides where those oxides are react with acid as well as base to form salt and water. Then what are those amphoteric oxides? Zinc oxide and aluminum oxide are the amphoteric oxides where they both zinc oxide and aluminum oxide react with acid as well as base to form salt and water. Okay, so here the nature of oxides of metal, one nature we come to know that, what is that? When these metal oxides react with acid, they are going to form salt and water. Some exception metal oxides are there, they are reacting with base also to form salt and water. Okay, yes. Then another nature we consider exception. Exception. What are those exceptions? Here I know. Some metal oxides such as aluminium oxide. Some metal oxides such as aluminium oxide and zinc oxide react with both acids as well as bases. React with both acids as well as bases to form salt and water. Such type of metal oxides we used to say that these oxides are known as amphoteric oxides. These oxides are known as amphoteric oxides. Remember children, amphoteric oxides are what? The oxides, PH2T. Amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxides. What are those amphoteric oxides? When the metal oxides such as aluminium oxide and zinc oxide react with both acids as well as bases to form salt and water. Okay, let us write down that equation. Reaction. Okay, so how we are going to write that reaction? Aluminium oxide, Al2O3. So here only these metals which are in basic in nature, metal oxides, they react only with acid to form salt and water, except zinc oxide and aluminium oxide, because they both react with acid as well as base to form the salt and water. Okay, write down Al2O3. Okay. Al2O3 plus HCl, which produce AlCl3 plus H2O. Okay, so here L must be small, C must be big. Okay, Al2O3 plus HCl, aluminium oxide, when it reacts with the hydrochloric acid, it is going to form its salt AlCl3 plus H2O. Dear children, it is not yet balanced. Can you observe here? Two molecules of aluminium are there, but here one. So what I have to write? I have to write 2 here. And it is not possible to write as a suffix here, Al2, so that it disturbs the formula. When we are going to balance, that balancing should not disturb that formula. Like that we have to balance. And see that H2, 2 are there, but here only 1. And now chlorine becomes 2, 3s are 6, but here only 1. So let us will write here 6 chlorine. Now 6H. So what I can write? I can write here 3. In next class we will come to know that how to balance. We are going to learn that also, how to balance the chemical reaction. But before, let us know these things. Okay. Then, okay, now here this aluminum oxide reacts with the acid, it forms its salt and water. When it reacts with the base, okay, so let us consider it is a reaction of with acid. Write down here with acid. Reaction with acid. Write down reaction with the acid. Reaction with acid. Okay. Now we will consider reaction with base. So here which base we can consider? Let us consider NaOH. Okay. We will consider NaOH. Okay. Take down Al2O3 aluminum oxide plus NaOH. What is the product is going to form? What are the product it is going to form? Aluminum oxide Al2O3 plus sodium hydroxide NaOH. What are the product? Sodium aluminate. Sodium aluminate NaAlO3. Okay. Sorry. O3 is oxide. OL is oxide. Sodium aluminate. Okay. Plus water. Sodium aluminate plus water. So here 2 and 2. Then water. Write down here. This is reaction with base. So hydrochloric acid is HCl is acid, NaOH is base. So when aluminum oxide react with acid, it is going to produce salt and water. Aluminum chloride and water. When it is react with base, it is going to form sodium aluminate and water. Sodium aluminate is what? It is also salt. So that type of can be metal oxides. We are going to say those are amphoteric oxides. Okay. Next, write down for zinc. Write down for zinc. Okay. Take down zinc oxide ZnO. Zinc oxide ZnO plus HCl. ZnO plus 2 molecules of HCl. What it is going to form? It's going to form zinc chloride. ZnCl2 plus H2O. This is what? Reaction with acid. Reaction with acid. Okay. Then write down reaction with base. Okay. So here I am considering KOH. Any base. Okay. Here I consider KOH. Potassium hydroxide. Okay. How much molecules? Here I see the potassium hydroxide 2. Then what is the product is going to form? Potassium zincate K2 ZnO2. K2 ZnO2 is the potassium zincate. Potassium zincate plus water. So here it is a reaction with base. Right? For these examples here, hope you are understanding. Right? Okay. Then next, we'll discuss reaction with water. Till now we discussed that metal react with the oxygen we discussed, and some characteristic properties of those metal oxides we come to know that. And now we are going to know the reaction with water. How these metals are react with the water. Okay. So next concept is reaction with water. We know that before we discussed that sodium and potassium being a metal, when these metals react with oxygen, we come to know that they are very rapid. The reaction is very strong. Okay, vigorously it is going to react. And see here, this sodium and potassium are being highly reactive metals. If they put into that water piece of metal, then they are going to produce some fire. Okay. Actually, when these metals react with water, they are going to produce their hydroxide and hydrogen gas is liberated. We know that hydrogen gas is what? It is also flammable gas. Hydrogen gas is what? It is a flammable gas. So here, when these metals react with the water, they are going to form their metal hydroxide and hydrogen. Take down reaction with the water. Reaction with the water. So what are those reactions with when metals react with the water? They are going to form their metal hydroxide and water. So here general formula for that: metal plus water. What are the products? It's going to form metal hydroxide. Okay, it is going to form metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Metal hydroxide plus hydrogen. Okay. So all metals do not react with water. No, there are only few metals they are going to react with water, and water means what? Not all the metals are going to react with water. Some metals are going to react with cold water, and some metals are reacting with hot water, and some are with steam. Okay, the metals, not all the metals are going to react with water. Right? Some are reacting in presence of cold water, and some are in presence of steam. Let us will discuss which all metals are react with the cold water to form their metal hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So here write down this hydrogen gas is going to be liberated. Let us discuss that reaction with water. Example, here again, why we have discussed these highly reactive metals, sodium and potassium. When these highly reactive metals, sodium and potassium, are almost they are going to react violently with the water, even in the cold, okay, with evolution of hydrogen gas. So whatever be the metal, when they react with water, they are going to release the hydrogen gas is going to be evolved. And we know that hydrogen gas is a flammable gas. Okay. So here let us consider sodium. When sodium is going to be react with the water, sodium plus H2O liquid. We know that even in cold water also sodium reacts. What is that metal hydroxide? Sodium hydroxide 2NaOH. It is in the form of aqueous solution. Plus hydrogen gas. Plus hydrogen gas. And these metals, especially sodium and potassium and also calcium, when they react with water, the some amount, not only some amount, the maximum amount of heat is going to be liberated. What is heat is going to be liberated? So such type of reactions we used to say that exothermic reaction. When reaction occurs, when chemical reaction occurs, during that chemical reaction, if the heat is going to be liberated in the form of product, such type of reaction we used to say that exothermic reaction. Okay, if heat is absorbed, such those reactions are called endothermic. Then let us which one example again we consider that potassium. So these two are very high reactive metals, sodium and potassium. While studying the characteristic of metals that time we studied, their reactivity is also high and their physical state, they are very soft and they are, one more what is that, malleability and ductility, right? It's not possible here in the sodium and potassium because they are very soft. And when these potassium, again if it is also going to react with the cold water H2O, here it is going to form a KOH. So again we consider so 2KOH, potassium hydroxide, also in the form of aqueous solution. Hydrogen gas is going to liberate and the heat is also evolved. Okay. So this type of reactions we used to say that exothermic reaction. Okay. And because of this reason, if they expose to air or water, they are going to liberate hydrogen gas and it is flammable, so they catches the fire. That's the reason these two are storing in kerosene oil. Okay? Yes. The next reaction, that is calcium. It is also more reactive, but compared to sodium and potassium, it is less violent. Okay? These two are more violent reactions. Compared to sodium and potassium, calcium is less violent reaction. Okay? So right here, calcium react with the cold water at room temperature. The calcium also react with the cold water at room temperature. So calcium plus water. So here it is going to form room temperature. We have to mention here it is going to react with room temperature. What is the product it is going to form? Calcium hydroxide, Ca. So the formula we are writing here CaOH12. Okay. Calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So here compared to these two it is less vigorous. So therefore here not much heat is going to be generated. Okay. And you know children, the calcium floats over water. Let's say that calcium has the less density. So therefore it floats over water and it is going to form the bubbles of hydrogen gas and that stick to the surface of the water. So that's the reason it is not possible to get how much the heat it is going to generate. Here with calcium it is not much violent reaction. Here suddenly it catches the fire, even a small piece of sodium or potassium. Okay, understood here? Then some more metals are there where they are going to react not with cold water, they are going to react in a steam. They are going to react with the steam. But magnesium, that's also when magnesium is going to react with water, it must be heat. Then only magnesium will react. Magnesium is going to react with water. So those we'll discuss in the next class.